We can take a lot of heart from last year. We made improvements along the way all the time. We felt you could probably look at our year in two halves. From the halfway point on, our form were 10 wins from 14, which were it's up there with top 4 form. Start of the year we didn't get as many wins, and we felt within that time and within those games we could see enough good things happening, but we just weren't doing them for long enough periods and weren't doing them consistently enough.
Yeah, obviously this year's a fresh start, but we showed what we can do at the back end of last year, and it's up to us to really put the hard work in and replicate what we did at the back end of the season. We didn't start too well last year, but that's an aim of ours this year, to improve upon that and hopefully then get a few early wins and can kick on from that.
We've hit the ground running, and I think it was quite a few baby steps last year, and finding a style that suited us as a team. And we seem to have found that. It's just had a few little things, and obviously improving in areas that we needed to last year. And I think the big word for ourselves this year is finding that consistency week in and week out, and just putting a good string of performances together. On the back of consistent performances.
No, we've still got the good team vibe. We've got a great squad that sticks together, and there's a lot of togetherness within the team. It's good. Every year's different, in Super League, so you don't know what to expect in the first few games. It's going to be like everybody's going to be wanting to win the first couple of games, so it's going to be a tough battle.
For us this year, it was a case of identifying the key areas which we needed to improve. We felt physically we could make some improvements. We felt that there were a couple of areas defensively for us that statistically, we weren't great. We've tried to put some focus and some emphasis on that, while keeping some of the good stuff and acknowledging, some of the way we attacked, particularly down the opposition's end. He's trying to find that again and get some add-ons to that, and try and find some different ways to attack, and in some instances take a little bit of pressure off our halfback. A lot of things went through him last year. The amount of try assists that he came up with at the end of the year for a team that finished 8th were, what a phenomenal amount for a half, and he had a terrific season. But we know we can't rely on him, and we may well not be able to rely on him on round 1. So we tried to come up with some contingencies, if you like, and some different ways to attack, and hopefully, we may see it this weekend. Maybe simplify one or two things with knowing that, at times Timmy might be off his game or not even be on the field for us.
Last year, the way that we played coming into the end of the season, they showed how well they can do. So, maybe Rich thought he didn't need to change things too much. The year before we had 18, 19 new players coming in, so it took a lot of time to gel and for everyone to settle. So to have 3 people coming in this year, it's been nice. They've settled in really quickly and settled into the squad really well. So we're in a lot better shape this year than we were last year coming to this first game.
I think expectation is going to change. We said we've had limited changes to our team. We've got 2 young kids in Riesling and Bobby Goulding that's come in, and Justin Paul's our major signing. But we were getting tipped for bottom and second bottom last year, and now the expectation, quite naturally after last year, has lifted. The expectation on ourselves has changed. We know what we can achieve if we get our if we get our game together.
But it's going to be. I was looking only yesterday and chatting to a few of the other players at the other clubs, and it's going to be a great season. I think everybody's recruited well. All the squads look really strong, and I think it's going to be a really competitive Super League this year. I think there might be a few surprises in the top 8 and a few surprises that miss out, and I think that's what we want as well, is a healthy competition, and particularly as Steve McNamara touched at the press launch, for the English qualified players and the other home nations, it's a massive year for them with the selection of the World Cup, and I genuinely think it's going to be a big year for all the English-based Super League players.